Immigration and Deportation Defense. Understanding your rights. Deportation, removal, is the legal process of expelling a non-U.S. citizen from the country for violating immigration laws. However, immigrants, including undocumented individuals, have legal rights and ways to fight deportation. This guide explains reasons for deportation, how to fight deportation orders, rights of undocumented immigrants, reasons for deportation, why people get removed from the U.S. The U.S. government can deport non-citizens for many reasons, including immigration violations, overstaying a visa, staying in the U.S. beyond the allowed period, illegal entry, entering the U.S. without a visa or crossing the border unlawfully, marriage fraud, marrying a U.S. citizen just to get a green card, failing to maintain visa conditions, example, a student visa holder drops out of school, criminal convictions, serious crimes, aggravated felonies, drug trafficking, murder, sexual assault, fraud, etc., crimes of moral turpitude, crimes involving dishonesty, theft, or harm to others, multiple convictions, committing 2 or more crimes that result in at least 5 years in prison, domestic violence or child abuse, convictions can lead to immediate deportation. Security and public safety threats, terrorism or gang involvement, any suspected links to terrorism or criminal organizations, threats to national security, such as espionage or violating sanctions, how to fight deportation orders, deportation defense. If ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, starts deportation proceedings, the immigrant can fight the case in immigration court. Here are legal defenses to stop deportation. Checkmark 1. Apply for cancellation of removal, green card holders and non-green card holders. Green card holders, LPRs, can apply if they have lived in the U.S. for 7+ years, have had a green card for 5+ years, have not committed serious crimes. Non-green card holders can apply if they have lived in the U.S. for 10+ years, have good moral character, can prove their deportation would cause extreme hardship to a U.S. citizen family member, spouse, parent, child. Example, a single mother with U.S. citizen children who has lived in the U.S. for 15 years may qualify for cancellation of removal. 2. Apply for asylum or withholding of removal. If the person fears persecution in their home country based on race, religion, nationality, political opinion, membership in a particular social group, LGBTQ+, women facing domestic violence, etc., asylum seekers must apply within 1 year of arrival, but there are exceptions. Withholding of removal can be granted if deportation would put the person's life in danger. Example, a journalist from Venezuela who criticizes the government may be able to stop deportation through asylum. 3. Adjustment of status, green card eligibility. If the immigrant qualifies for a green card through marriage, work, or family sponsorship, they can apply to adjust their status instead of being deported. Example, a person facing deportation but who recently married a U.S. citizen may be able to apply for a marriage-based green card instead of being deported. 4. Prosecutorial discretion. Request ICE to drop the case. Immigration authorities can choose not to deport someone if they have lived in the U.S. for many years, they have U.S. citizen family members who depend on them, they do not have a criminal record, they are sick or elderly. Example, a father with U.S. citizen children and no criminal record may request ICE to close his case under prosecutorial discretion. 5. Voluntary departure. Leave the U.S. without a deportation order. Instead of being deported, some immigrants can choose to leave the U.S. voluntarily. This avoids a formal deportation on their record, which can make it easier to return legally in the future. Example, a visa holder who overstayed can request voluntary departure to avoid a 10-year re-entry ban. Rights of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. Even if someone is undocumented or facing deportation, they still have legal rights. Please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more content like this. If ICE approaches you, You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer questions about your immigration status. Do not sign anything without talking to a lawyer. Ask for a lawyer. You have the right to legal representation. But the government does not provide free lawyers for immigration cases. Do not open your door unless ICE has a signed warrant from a judge. Rights in deportation proceedings. Right to a hearing before an immigration judge. Right to hire a lawyer, but not at government expense. Right to present evidence and witnesses in court. Right to appeal a deportation order. Protection from workplace and school. RAID's employers cannot fire workers just because they are undocumented. Schools cannot deny education to undocumented children. Police cannot ask for immigration status during routine stops in certain states. Common myths and misconceptions about deportation. Myth: undocumented immigrants have no rights. Fact: they do have rights, including legal representation and protection from unlawful searches. Myth: all immigrants with criminal records get deported. Fact: only certain serious crimes lead to automatic deportation. Some immigrants can apply for waivers. Myth: once deported, you can never come back. Fact: some deported immigrants can return legally after applying for waivers or waiting the required time. Final thoughts. Key takeaways. People can be deported for visa overstays, crimes, or security threats. There are many ways to fight deportation, including asylum, green card applications, and prosecutorial discretion. Undocumented immigrants have legal rights, including the right to remain silent and hire a lawyer. Some deported immigrants can return legally after a waiting period. If facing deportation, consulting with an immigration lawyer is critical. Need help with deportation defense? Stay tuned for more Immigration 101 guides. Got questions? Let us know in the comments. Please subscribe to Easy Life Studio for more content like this.